There is a consensus among the scholars of fiqh on this subject. As for the animal that falls headlong from a high place and dies as a result, it is also prohibited. Ali bin Abi Talha reported that Ibn Abbas said that an animal that dies by a headlong fall is that which falls from a mountain. Qatada said that it is the animal that falls in a well. As-Sudi said that it is the animal that falls from a mountain or in a well. As for the animal that dies by being gorged by another animal, it is also prohibited, even if the horn opens a flesh wound and it bleeds to death from its neck. Allah's statement, وَمَا أَكَلَ السَّبْعُ, eaten by a wild animal, refers to the animal that was attacked by a lion, leopard, tiger, wolf, or dog. Then the wild beast eats a part of it and it dies because of that. This type is also prohibited, even if the animal bled to death from its neck. There is also a consensus on this ruling. During the time of Jahiliyyah, the people used to eat the sheep, camel, or cow that were partly eaten by a wild animal. Allah prohibited this practice for the believers. Allah's statement, إِلَّا مَا ذَكَّيْتُمْ, before it dies, due to the causes mentioned above. This part of the ayah is connected to وَالْمُنْخَنِقَةِ وَالْمَوْقُوذَةِ وَالْمُتَرَدِّيَةِ وَالنَّطِيحَةِ وَمَا أَكَلَ السَّبْعُ, eaten by a wild animal. Ali bin Abi Talha reported that Ibn Abbas commented on Allah's statement, إِلَّا مَا ذَكَّيْتُمْ, unless you are able to slaughter the animal in the cases mentioned in the ayah, while it is still alive, then eat it, for it was properly slaughtered. Similar was reported from Sa'id bin Jubair, Al-Hasan al-Basri, and As-Sudi. Ibn Jarir recorded that Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, said, if you are able to slaughter the animal that has been hit by a violent blow, or by a headlong fall, or by the gorging of horns while it still moves a foot or a leg, then eat from its meat. Similar was reported from Tawus, Al-Hasan, Qatada, Ubayd bin Umair, Ad-Dahak, and several others, that if the animal that is being slaughtered still moves, thus demonstrating that it is still alive while slaughtering, then it is lawful. The two Sahihs recorded that Rafi bin Khadij said, I asked, O Allah's Messenger, we fear that we may meet our enemy tomorrow, and we have no knives. Could we slaughter the animals with reeds? The Prophet said, مَا أَنْهَرَ الدَّمْ وَذُكِرَ اسْمُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ فَكُلُوهُ لَيْسَ السِّنَّ وَالظُّفُرُ وَسَأُحَدِّثُكُمْ عَنْ ذَلِكَ أَمَّا السِّنُّ فَعَظْمٌ وَأَمَّا الظُّفُرُ فَمُدَى الْحَبَشَةِ. I will tell you why. As for teeth, they are bones, and claws are used by Ethiopians for slaughtering. Allah said next, وَمَا ذُبِحَ عَلَى النُّصُبِ, nusub were stone altars that were erected around the Kaaba, as Mujahid and Ibn Jurayj stated. Ibn Jurayj said, there were 360 nusub around the Kaaba that the Arabs used to slaughter in front of during the time of Jahiliyyah. They used to sprinkle the animals that came to the Kaaba with the blood of slaughtered animals, whose meat they cut to pieces and placed on the altars. Allah forbade this practice for the believers. He also forbade them from eating the meat of animals that were slaughtered in the vicinity of the nusub, even if Allah's name was mentioned on these animals when they were slaughtered, because it is a type of shirk that Allah and His Messenger have forbidden. The prohibition of using al-azlam for decision-making, Allah said, وَأَن تَسْتَقْسِمُوا بِالْأَزْلَامِ, also is to make decisions with al-azlam. The ayah commands, O believers, you are forbidden to use al-azlam for decision-making, which was a practice of the Arabs during the time of Jahiliyyah. They would use 3 arrows, one with the word do written on it, another that says do not, while the third does not say anything. Some of them would write on the first arrow, my Lord commanded me, and my Lord forbade me, on the second arrow, and they would not write anything on the third arrow. If the blank arrow was picked, the person would keep trying until the arrow that says do or do not was picked, and the person would implement the command that he picked. Ibn Abbas said that the azlam were arrows that they used to seek decisions through.